Creators, good morning. This is Tom Kearin with the studios of Be Something Wonderful, coming to you live from our studios in Las Vegas on the public channel, because we do a live stream. Those that know us, we do a live stream every month, and lately we've been doing it twice a month. I think we might even move to 3 times a month on the membership channel. This is our first live event, our second live event on the public channel, but our first live event in years. and I'll tell you why. A lot of things have been happening, right? First of all, I want to welcome all of you that just joined us, all of you that have been with me since we had 200 subscribers, right? I remember when, right? Back when we had less than 50,000 views on the channel. Now we have over 15 million views. So I want to welcome everybody who is with us today, and a special welcome for those of you that just joined us in August, because in August, I think there were almost over 5,000 new subscribers in just August alone. I want to thank all of you for being with us. I want to get to it this morning. For those of you that are members of the channel, you'll notice this is a different format. I have my trusty whiteboard here, and you guys know I love this thing. And I want to unpack today that I've been up early. I tell you the truth, guys, I've been going through emails. We've been getting emails on yesterday's video. Also, the video that was released about a week before that on robotic affirmations. And we released another video, another powerful one on robotic affirmations yesterday, called Robotic Affirmations When 3D Conditions Seem Impossible. And wow, I'm just overwhelmed with the response, right? We're getting success stories, immediate success stories, right? This is like instant, right? So I want to talk about these ideas today. And I introduced something that was a little bit different about robotic affirmations, or about ask-formations. There's nothing new, guys. This has been around for years. There's thousands of YouTubers talking about it. I get it. Nothing new here. But the way we looked at it yesterday was a little bit new, right? We answered the ask-formation. Why am I so successful? Why am I so loved? Why am I so wealthy? Why am I so healthy? Why do I have money coming to me from every direction? And we answered the question, because I am love, because I've always been loved, because money's always been flowing to me, because I've always been healthy. Think of the power here. What we're doing with this ask-formation, we're answering it. We're closing the gap, right? Because in that gap of not answering, anything can happen, right? You can get triggered. All hell can break loose, right? Between that gap. But we're closing the gap and saying, I'm answering it. So I want to cover this today. This is a live stream lesson today, believe it or not. And I got a hashtag asked and answered. Hashtag asked and answered. Ask information with the answer technique. It combines the best of everything. The idea of robotic affirmations, the idea of frequency, repetition. Not in vain. Not in vain. Vain means that you need something to happen. You need to feel fulfilled. You need to get to some fulfillment. This means you are it. You're answering. You're saying, yes, I am. I am. You're asking, why am I so wealthy? Because I've always been so wealthy. You're answering. You're closing the gap. You see how excited I am here? This is exciting. It's the conviction of being. It combines, remember, all spiritual teachers from the beginning of time talked about repetition, frequency with emotion. But it's never been about your changing 3D emotions. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, sometimes you're feeling confident, sometimes you're not. Conviction can never be shaken. It's a conviction of being. Confidence can be shaken. That's shaky. You can be triggered. But not the conviction of being. not who you are. That's energy and motion. That's source energy. The changing emotions are absolutely irrelevant. The changing circumstances are absolutely irrelevant. Do you see this? So I want to cover this today, and you guys know, like we never have before. So I want to welcome you all, and I want to cover this. Very excited about this live stream was just decided. The higher ups decided it. My higher being. The higher up said, hey, do this. So look at this. Why am I so loved? Why? Because I am loved. It's the that's why affirmations are so powerful. Why? Because I've always been loved. Because it's not linear. Because changing emotions don't matter. Because circumstances are irrelevant. They're always changing anyway. Every time you look, it changes. That's the quote from the movie Next that I did on the last few videos with Nicolas Cage. A funny thing, he says, about the future. Every time you look, it changes because you looked. And that changes everything. Yes, it points to science. It points to entanglement. It points to superposition. It points to the idea of a holographic universe. It points to the idea of the double slit experiment. It points to the idea of the observer effect. I get all that, but remember, the observer, all that was created from the idea that you're reality. That's science. It's not evidence of anything. You are. So remember, what's powerful about this? What's powerful of adding the answer in to your robotic affirmation? The power is this rewrites and revises your reality. It rewrites and revises your past, present, and future instantly. You're not waiting. It does it instantly. It changes everything. The affirmation, hear this, lights up those images and frames of reality. In other words, those mental images. What are mental images? What's an imaginal act? It's a memory. That's all memories are. They're mental images. You're not, yes, you're imagining, but you're remembering. Your creation's finished. That's why Neville Goddard said that, and every other spiritual teacher. It's already done. So you're lighting up those images or frames of reality where you have always been loved, where you have always been healthy, where you have always been successful, with your ideal life, with your ideal body, with your ideal looks, with anything else you desire. Someone was asking, well, how do I change my appearance? But stop asking that question. I love when you ask questions. You guys know that. The idea, though, is remember, why do I have that perfect body, that perfect appearance, that abundant wealth, that perfect health? Why does my my specific person, love me and chase me and want to be with me? Because I am. Because I am love. Because I'm it. I'm the center of the universe. I'm the center of reality. I'm the center of the divine mind. I am God and there is no other. That's why. Right? That's why. Because you exist here and now in every image, every possibility. And remember, I go back to, remember, guys, I use scripture, not from a religious standpoint. I'm not a Christian. I don't ascribe to any religious organizations. I am. That's all. I am. Right? So it's not, some of you wrote, oh, I wish you didn't use Bible verses because I'm not a Christian and blah, 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 blah. It's not about that. We're talking about the metaphysical message of these stories. And they're powerful. The healing of the centurion servant, which they did in Chosen as well, the show Chosen. And the servant was healed at that very moment. At that very moment. At that very moment, you ask formation. You ask the question. And you answer it. It's done. Powerful. And why? Why is it done? Well, this is today's video. Because I know you're going to ask that. How? Why? Where? When? I know. It's who. And the who is you. The answer to that affirmation. Why am I so loved? Because I am loved. Because I've always been loved. That threads together those frames. So think of this. Every thought you have, every assumption you have, every belief you have, lights up a frozen frame of all that is, of all that you are, then what determines the experience of those frames in your physical 3D manifested experience? The threading together of them. You're always lighting them up because they exist as frozen frames of reality. And when you light them up, they're there, they're alive. What determines your physical experience? The answer. Do you see this? Are you with me, guys? Why am I so loved? Okay, the frame is lit. That frame, that image, that assumption that you're loved is there, that belief. But now, thread it together because I am loved, because I've always been loved. Now you're threading the frames together in a physical 3D linear experience that you must experience as that awareness. That's powerful. Let's continue. There it is. There you are. There's all that is, right? You've seen this. If you've been following the channel, if you're new to the channel, you'll see some of this, some of the repetition of this, right? Some of these ideas. One of you wrote today that their boyfriend booked a flight to Bali, and from she was in Miami and she left on bad terms with him. Then she went and moved, right? And then he booked a flight. She says she's been falling asleep to my videos. Subconscious, impressing her subconscious, but believe it, now he's seeking her, right? So this is powerful. This is all that you are. These are the mental images, all possibilities, all thoughts, all assumptions, all frames of reality, all possible, probable, past, present, and futures exist right now. Every thought, every assumption, every version of you, every identity, every frame of light or potential. These are frozen frames of light. They're frozen until you light them up. But when you do remember something, when you do imagine something, that does light it up. It doesn't create it. It's already created, right? All processes, all techniques are to choose. They're not, that's why you've been trying to change frames that are not meant to be changed. Every frame exists. Every reality exists. Stop trying to change people in your life. Stop trying to change circumstances in your life. Instead, choose from the infinite variety or alternative parallel reality or frames or events that there are. That's where you've been getting hung up. That's where affirmations are powerful. Creation's finished, you see? That frame is there. But when you remember it, when you imagine it, now you do that with affirmations or robotic affirmations. You light it up. But what determines the physical coalesced, right, formed experience in your physical reality? You threading it together as a horizontal linear experience by answering the question. Yes, I am. I've always been loved. I've always been wealthy. That's why we're getting this flood of emails. That's why people are going, oh my God, I get it. I get it. Yeah, because you know, right? So when you ask and affirm, why am I so healthy? That's healthy, not health. Why am I so healthy, wealthy, loved, and perfect? Hear this. You light up those frozen frames of light and memories. You light them up. You're remembering. You're remembering it. Do you see it? We use memory to remember what we think hurt us, or even a good memory of something that was joyful in the past, believing it's already done, it's over. But you're lighting it up right now. Do you see it? Memory is the higher self of you uses memory to remember the now. Use memory to remember the now, the you now, right? Those mental images, the truth, that's the truth of who you are. But hear this. It's your answer. It's your answer that I've always been loved. I've always been wealthy. I've always been healthy. I've always had that car I wanted, that house that I wanted, or that person that I want to love me. They've always loved me. It's already there, right? But it's your answer that threads those frames together to create the story and physical linear horizontal experience of what we call time and space. Do you get this? Stay with me here, guys. We're going to come back to this. I have a little green dot here to come back to this. The story and ideas of past, present, and future is just the focused 3D personalities way of making sense of its simultaneous true nature of being everything, everywhere, all at once, just like the movie. The story and the ideas of past, present, and future, the ideas of threading these frames together in a story is just how you make sense of your simultaneity, of the instantaneity of your reality, that you see one frame at a time. But all those frames exist right now. Creation's finished. Neville got it. Means everything's here and now. All potential frames, all potential images, all potential memories, all potential experiences. It's all the ancient past in a sense, right? In a sense, it's all past, but not the past the way we think of it. It's past meaning it's now. It's the ancient now, the one time. Before Abraham, I am. It's that time, right? It's all the ancient past in a sense that's happened, is happening, or will happen right here and now. Science talks about it like the idea of the Big Bang. Everything created. Creation's finished. All done in one Big Bang. Every possible reality, every possible experience that you could ever have was already created. And was always created. Always was is, right? So there, and I think you can see this. There it is, right? This is the physical linear 3D experience that feels pretty solid, that we have some past that we either remember fondly and reminisce about, or we regret and feel guilty about, whatever it is, right? And then this present that we use as a placeholder to forgive everything we had in the past, or as a placeholder to, if we have a joyous past, to create a future like we remember about the past. But it's a placeholder. We're not even here. You're not even paying attention to it, right? Or the future that never seems to come. It always seems out of reach. Yeah, it's the future. It wouldn't be the future if it wasn't out of reach. That's the future. But it's all happening now. So in some ways, your past, present, and future, this linear experience that you believe in, that you assume, is really the past, the past present, the past future. It already happened. You just don't remember. And you're remembering it from a different viewpoint or perspective as if it's the first time. That is what we call the horizontal 3D linear experience. It's already happened, but it feels like the first time to you, right? This is powerful. Are you with me today? I hope so. We'll get to your questions. So remember, everything that could possibly happen that happened, is happening, or will happen, already happened. Creation is finished, right? And you, as I am awareness, as all that isness, can remember or light up any memory or mental image or part of creation to experience it again like it was the first time from a different viewpoint, vantage point, and perspective. So in a sense, it is the first time because it's from a different viewpoint or perspective or vantage point. So it creates the experience that you're creating it for the first time. But you're not. You're not manifesting or creating anything. You're remembering it. And if you're not remembering it, how you would have liked it to be if it's a past event, how you would like it to be if it's the present and future, you're remembering it wrong. And you're going to be wrong about everything. If you remember, guys, if you've been on the channel, if you're new to the channel, that's a quote from the 2002 movie remake of Solaris, with George Clooney playing Chris Calvin, right? Contemplating his wife who died by suicide and saying that he remembered her wrong and he was wrong about everything. You don't have to think like that anymore. You don't have to remember reality like that anymore. That's the power of affirmations, of the asked and answered technique. Why am I so loved? Because I've always been loved. Whew, I get a tingle when I say it. You're remembering it righteously. That's the power there. This is game changing, guys. Everything that could possibly happen, that happened, is happening, or will happen, already happened, creation's finished. And you, as I am awareness, as all that is, can remember, can light up any memory or mental image or part of creation to experience it again from a different viewpoint, vantage point, of perspective. But remember, you're always lighting up a thought or an assumption or a belief. But if you've noticed, not all of your thoughts create or you experience as a physical manifested experience. They're all creative. Everything is creative. Thoughts, emotions, assumptions, everything's creative because you're a creator. So everything's creative. But what determines it? Your answer. And you've been letting the people, events, and circumstances, those memories of things that you don't prefer, to decide for you, to determine what you're going to remember. Do you see it? You're remembering it wrong. So affirmations consciously light up that already existing frame, that frozen frame of light or memory. And your answer then threads them together in a new physical manifested experience. Do you see? So normally you go, well, why don't affirmations work when you were using them? I asked, like, why am I so loved? But then you allow the circumstances, the people, events, and conditions, memories of undesired and unwanted realities to answer. Why would you do that? That's what a trigger is. You're allowing others to answer for you. You are source. You answer. This is powerful today. This is game changing, guys. I challenge you all nearly, what do we have? 64,700 subscribers, maybe 65,000 soon. I challenge you all to this 48-hour challenge. And those of you that don't subscribe, I challenge you to subscribe. and do the 48-hour challenge. Yeah, try this. Try it. This is cool. Game-changing technique that shifts you answering. Ask the question, right? Have the affirmation and then answer it. Why am I so wealthy? Because I've always been wealthy. Because I am. Because I am that I am. Because I say so. Wow. This is powerful. So I'm going to put my glasses on and say hello to you guys for a minute here. I know you'll have questions, and I will get to those, but not here. So we'll get to your questions. We'll get them in other videos. I want to thank all of you for being here and from all over the world. It looks like this is incredible. This is insane. This is love, Indonesia. All of you guys, thank you for being here. And again, I want to really express to you guys that ask the question and then answer it. There's nothing more powerful than that. Welcome, everybody. There's going to be more lives on the public channel. There's definitely more lives on the membership channel. That's going to be consistent. And if you're not a member, join us. So check it out. Check out the link. Guys, great to have you here. Delighted that you could make it this morning. We're going to have different formats. This was just a thing that I wanted to get out. I wanted to do it live. I wanted to say hello to all of you right here from this beautiful morning here in Las Vegas. Until tomorrow morning, right? Don't forget to watch this video again. There's some power in here. Until next time, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.